Well, I'm definitely sure she brought her appetite, Bali, because this is what we are here to do. We are here to feed empty tummies, but I'm not alone in the kitchen. As you know, I'm rolling with my bestie, Chef Jay. How you doing?
What up, queen?
Feels so good to be back in the kitchen, right?
Always. And cooking up something that's just wholesome and hearty.
A staple in South Africa.
Yes.
If you are a South African and you don't know what a guinya is, then I have news for you because you've been delayed. Everyone has their own version of Vetkoek and Mince, but ours is a sure standout. This fuss-free recipe will help you elevate your weekday family meals and leave everyone around the table wanting more. Can you ever go wrong with guinya?
Never.
Right?
Never, ever. Love this recipe. It just reminds me so much of growing up. It was always, on the dinner menu. Always a mission to make the bread dough, so we're going to do it simple and easy today.
When you talk about mission, friend, it's something that I try and avoid. I enjoy eating them, but the work of kneading and proving and resting, woo!
So we're not doing that today.
No.
So we're going to start straight away on the dough.
Okay.
I've got 2 cups of cake flour in here. I'm going to go in with some salt, and then we're going to be using the tried and trusted royal baking powder.
Oh.
This little baby has been in our kitchen since 1863. Helped me through the taste master, and it's going to definitely help us through this today. So I'm going to put that in there.
But that's such an interesting trick because most people know that amagwenya are done with yeast,
yes,
right? Because it requires that yeasty dough that you prove and all of that. And the trick here is we're using baking powder. So does it mean we still have to knead?
No. So you'll see once I get my wet ingredients in here, I've got some buttermilk in here, Tooms, and I've got 1 egg. And I'm just going to add a little bit of water just to take it slow. Okay, there we go.
It's quite simple.
Now, a nice trick I learned, and this is how easy it is. I'm going to do it with 1 hand. So, spider fingers.
Spider fingers.
And you just keep bringing the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients.
So, in essence, the dough itself brings itself closer because it just keeps, the wet part keeps holding onto the dry mixture and just brings
exactly.
it all
And then
together.
you've got your other free hand to reach and grab and add more ingredients as and when you need it. But it's that simple, Tooms. So, I'm just going to work this a little bit until it's fully incorporated. You'll see that it's quite a wet dough.
Yeah.
Again, don't be, don't sort of be tempted to add more flour to it. It is a little bit looser, but remember, we're not using the yeasting technique, so we're not fermenting the dough, we're not letting it rise. So because of that, we want it to be quite loose and not stiff.
Okay.
And that will give you the light and airy texture that you need with a magwenya.
Exactly, because you want that crispiness on the outside, that softness on the inside, that softness is what we want to be able to absorb all of this mixture that we're making here. And we're putting a spin on ours. We're making a curried mince. Normally, you'd make a basic mince at home, but we're saying whatever ingredients you might have, we're taking the curry root, but if you wanted to make it just another savory rice, it's completely up to you. I've started with the base here. I've got my mince already frying, browned. I've got some curry leaves, some cinnamon sticks in there, and then I'm going in with all my spices. So whatever spices of your choice that you want to use here, this is where you go very, adventurous and try whatever you want to do here. But it all is about making sure you've got those levels of flavor.
Exactly.
So once we've done, make sure that all our spices have been cooked through and added to the mixture. We then add the rest of our aromatics and flavors into this. And for me, that's going to be with our tomato puree. If you've got some canned tomatoes, you can also use that. If you've got some fresh tomatoes as well. I know.
It smells like home to me. It smells like home. Okay, so we're going to bring this home over on my side, and I'm just going to scoop out a little bit with a wooden spoon here, and I'm just going to place that gently into my oil. A nice medium temperature, so we're not getting it, we're not burning it.
Yes.
We need that inside to be fully cooked.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do 1 or 2 over here, Tooms, and you can see we haven't rested this dough. We haven't, fussed around. You literally put it together
immediate.
and you fry it.
It's literally immediate because we just started making this now and the dough's already ready to fry. And luckily for me, I've got some of the curried mince that we made a little earlier. So I'm actually going to put in a bit here. I know we're talking about it not being the same as anyone else's out there. So my friend, I'm going to fill up one of these magwenyas and I'm going to ask you...
Is that for me?
Nice big one. Of course. You have to fill it up, and then we obviously want to make sure it's beautifully garnished as well, adding some of our red onion into this. And do you like fresh coriander? I don't mind.
The more the merrier, girl. The more the merrier. And I see you've got some peas in there.
We put some peas in there. So the idea with the peas is, in fact, while you're eating your guinya, the idea with the peas is we've used frozen peas. So towards the end of your cooking, even if it's like 2-3 minutes before you finish cooking, that's when you want to add your peas, because you don't want them to turn to mush, and you want to keep that vibrant green color. So add them towards the end. Yeah, as you can hear, Jay is saying a whole lot without saying it. That's what it is, Jay, and we're actually calling you to bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder and the Tastemaster SA every Friday evening at 7 p.m. with repeats on Sundays at 3 p.m. so you can stand a chance of winning weekly prizes. To enter, all you have to do is watch the weekly challenge on the show, bake something scrumptious with the Royal Baking Powder and using that week's competition theme, and follow the entry details on the Tastemaster SA's social pages. For inspiration, catch the Tastemaster SA every Friday evening at 7 p.m. and with repeats on Sundays at 3 p.m. All of this on SABC2. Now, my friend, I think it's time for me to taste as well.
Let's go.